Hey, it's Erin, Stutland. I hope you're having a beautiful week so far. Thanks so much for tuning into the place that's going to help you create movement in your body and movement in your life. Today's topic comes from a shrink session student who wanted to know what it would feel like if she was the kind of person who always believed that things were working out. What would her life look like if she just believed that things were working out in her favor? And so I want to pose the same question to you. What would your life look like? How would you feel if, for example, anytime you went into a meeting or you went on a date or you even went to work out, you just felt like, I'm focused on success every time. And that before you did anything, you felt that success was a done deal. What would your life really look like? And so today I want to share a story that exemplifies the power of focusing on success. And then I want to give you a mantra and a movement that you can do right wherever you're sitting, even if you're sitting down right now, that's going to help you incorporate these ideas so that they're not actually just an intellectual idea that says, okay, that's nice, I get it, what it means to focus on success, but so that it's a feeling inside of you so that you can take that out into the world and into your life. So first, a little story. Several years ago, while I was still auditioning on a regular basis as an actor, there was a Mitsubishi car commercial running. And in the commercial, there was a girl who had long dark hair and she was wearing this like cool Kangol cap. And she was sitting in the passenger seat. And the song by Dirty Vegas was playing and she was doing sort of this pop locking. And every time I would see this commercial, I would think, oh my goodness, that's my spot. I should have that job. Why didn't I get that job? Why wasn't I even called in for that audition? And it was sort of this playful enthusiasm around it, but every time I would see it, I'd be like, she got my job. That girl got my job. And I would always think this. Around this time, there was a new show coming to Comedy Central starring an up-and-coming comedian named Dave Chappelle. Perhaps you're familiar with him now. And one day I got a casting notice in my email that said, casting Chappelle show, looking for Mitsubishi car commercial girl lookalike, must be able to do the pop locking. And so I read the casting notice and I thought, oh my gosh, this is it. This is my job. So I called my agent and I said, Nina, get me an appointment for this job. I'm gonna book it. And she kind of was like a little weary and thought, who's this Chappelle guy and what's this Mitsubishi commercial? She didn't really know. And I was like, don't worry about it. Get me the appointment. I'm going to book this job. I was so sure. And she said, okay, fine, I'll get you the appointment. So eventually she did. And I go into the audition. I don't know if you've ever seen a casting room. Sometimes they're kind of funny, especially the commercial type castings. Because I'm in the room, and in the room are about 10 other girls who all have long dark hair. They all have their Kangol cap on. So essentially we all kind of look alike. And we're chatting before the audition. It's a very friendly room. And we're talking about the commercial. And it turns out that most of the girls in that room had never even seen the commercial. They weren't even familiar with it, and they weren't familiar with the dancing that she did. And so I'm like, yeah, you've never seen it, she's doing this pop locking thing, and I'm doing it. And before I go into the audition, I pretty much have these girls in the room convinced that I'm gonna get the job. They're like, oh, this is yours, you're gonna get it. And so, which is kind of funny because when you feel so confident about something, it's really incredible how the world around you starts to reflect that back to you. So sure enough, I go into the audition room, I do my thing, and I get the job. So if you've ever seen the very first episode of the Dave Chappelle show, the very first sketch that we did, it's a spoof on that Mitsubishi commercial, and I'm the girl sitting in the car with him. But what I love about this story and why I love to remember it and share it with you is because I think there's so much power when we're so focused on success, when we truly believe in ourselves. As I said, it begins to be reflected in the outside world and the people around you. And it almost becomes that life can't even deny you. So I want to share a mantra and a movement that you can do to start to incorporate this as a feeling into your life, okay? So let's start. And again, you can sit exactly where you are. If you're at your office, don't worry about it. I'm going to say these mantras. I want you to repeat them after me. And again, if you're at your office, you can whisper it or you can even just think it. Stay right where you are, okay? So here's your first mantra and your first move. I am calm and in control. And I want you to do that with your hands. And you're feeling the sense of like, it's easy, right? I am calm and in control. And then you're gonna bring your first finger and your thumb together. You're gonna sort of like a little arrow here, and you're gonna extend it all the way out. I am focused on success. And again, extend that out. I am focused on success. So let's do that again. I am calm and in control. I am focused on success. And bring your hands together like this. And we say, I am a miracle magnet. And it's like you're drawing it into yourself. I am a miracle magnet. And here's your last move. You're just gonna roll your arms towards you. A little arm workout here. But as you're rolling towards you, the feeling behind it is like, oh, yes. It's just like things are coming to you easily and effortlessly. It's no problem. It's a done deal. And you're just gonna say, I attract the very best. I attract the very best. So let's put that all together. I am calm and in control. I am focused on success. I am a miracle magnet, and I attract the very best. One more time. I am calm and in control. I am focused on success. I am a miracle magnet, and I attract the very best. So while you're doing this and while you practice this at home and you do it again and you take it out into your life, see if while you're doing those movements, it becomes a feeling. So it's not just a thought or an idea, it's an actual feeling inside your body. Now, if you found this video helpful, I want you to promise me that you're going to share it with at least one friend. Spread the love. And then as always, leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought. Did it resonate? Did it land? Is this something that you can take out into your life? Is there a time in your life when you have been focused on success and things just worked out? As always, I love to hear from you. I'm Erin Stutland. Thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you soon.